What's up, guys? Today we are taking a look at this knife. This is the ZT 0640. It's an Emerson design. My camera will focus. There we go. It's an Emerson design, ZT. Of course, made in the USA, like always. 0640 with CPM 20 CV steel and titanium handles with carbon fiber overlays. These green carbon fiber like that. So this is a ZT knife running on washers. It's phosphor brown washers, I believe, and it's very smooth. It's a frame lock. You can see there, full thickness frame lock with these overlays, which make it really easy to deploy because you're not putting any pressure on a lock bar or anything. Now it uses these thumb studs, or these thumb discs, which I find a little bit harder to use. Emerson uses thumb discs on a lot of their knives, a lot of their Kershaws and everything. And from what I've found, it's a little bit more difficult for me to use than actual thumb studs, at least from what I found. But yeah, this is a full-size knife. It's a 3.75-inch blade. So you can see there, it's a long blade, more like a clip point. It's got these chamfers on the top with a very cute tip. Really very reflective satin finish. It says ZT on this side. And then it's got this little stone wash on the flat there. And on this side, it's got 0640 USA, Emerson design, 20 CV, and then the serial number. This nice pocket clip. It's not deep carry pocket clip, it's just standard ZT clip that they use. Same one they use on the 0308. And you can see here, just normal swoop, everything. And there's no back spacer. It has these barrel spacers instead. It's got jimping. It's one thing this knife has that a lot of the other ZTs, some of them do, some of them don't. This has jimping here, on the back here. None on the top of the blade, because you have the disc here, of course. But, yep, let's compare it to some other knives. Let's compare it to the other ZTs, ZT-0308 and the ZT-0223. These two ZTs are two of my favorites, the ones I really like. So you can see there, it's full-size ZT, just like a lot of the other ones. Most ZTs are pretty larger size, over 3.5 inches, you know. Although they have been making smaller designs, I say recently, but it's been a couple years since they've come out with models. They just came out with the 0006, I think, which was their fixed blade, but they haven't really put out any new folders in a while. But this is the 0640. It's got this green carbon fiber, which is pretty interesting. I've never really seen any colored carbon fiber quite like this. I think it looks alright. It's a little bit of a strange, like, olivey color. It looks kind of olive. But it looks fine. I like green anyway. I think it's better, actually, than the straight, flat, gray carbon fiber, but it's not bad. And then you can also see it's perfectly centered. And ZT knives, as always, this one's solid lockup completely, no wiggle at all in any directions. See, there's the lockup, the lock bar, and it's very smooth. It's not drop shut or anything because it's on washers, but you can actually shake it shut pretty easily. You disengage it and it comes down with a little bit of wiggle. And it'll even smooth out even more after you use it a little bit or put more oil in it. I just put a little bit of KPL, which helped make it smoother, but it's got these little chamfers up at the top, which I think looks nice. The shape of this knife, I think, looks really cool, but the engagement with when you try and flip the disc, sometimes I miss it, and it's harder to reverse flick it as well. You can do it, but I find it like I slip off of it a little bit more than I would a traditional thumb stud. This is one of the ZTs that you actually can front flip, which I think is really funny. I don't think they meant for it to be that way, but you can actually use this little point that sticks out and front flip it over the top. If you try it, there's no jimping up there or anything, but you can do that, which I think is cool. So I think it's pretty interesting. Some other details. It's pretty thick blade stock, just probably like 155 thousandths or whatever, but you know, same as other ZTs. You see the stop pin back here with a little bit of shouldering right there, solid lockup. It's completely, you can see completely through it, so you can probably clean it out really easily if you get it dirty. But yeah, this is a pretty cool knife. No milled out there's no weight reduction milled out at all, but it does have a lock bar insert with an over travel stop, of course, which is the scale. There's no over travel stop because it is the front scale that goes over the frame lock, of course. And you can see there, locks up really well. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Pretty simple, standard ZT. You can mount the clip on this side if you like. But yep, it's a little bit harder to manipulate with your left hand because the thumb disc, of course, I said, is a little bit harder to open with. But you know, if you're good with thumb discs, then this is excellent. I'm just not as great with thumb discs as other thumb studs. But yep, if Emerson designs are your thing, then this is definitely one to try out. It's a really, really cool knife, and it's really smooth on washers. They did a good job with the washers. So, yep, good access to lock bar too, as you can see here. They cut out this area so you can push it over really easily. So, yep, it's a really cool knife. So that is the ZT 0640. If you like this knife or like the looks of it, definitely try it out. It's a cool one. They actually just discontinued this model, so you should probably pick one up on the secondary before they, go up in price, which they usually always do. After ZTs get discontinued, they usually are harder to find, and people want a lot of money for them, secondary market. So, yep, that's ZT 0640. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and comment what your favorite ZT model is. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye.